Pressure group OccupyGhana has threatened to sue government over GYEEDA scandal, among with a tall list of demands on the Ministry of Youth and Sports. The group says the investigative report on the scandal, occasioned by serialized Joy News reports exposing corruption and plain stealing at the agency, requested the ministry to take some steps. Now, OccupyGhana is asking the ministry to supply it with information regarding what steps it has been taken since the release of the report in 2013. A member of the group, Ace and Kuma, has been speaking on Joy FM's Super Morning Show this morning.
Look, the first thing is that this NYEP stroke GYEEDA thing wasn't set up under any act of parliament. So it transcends the two governments that we are looking at here. But essentially, what was the seed fund for NYEP stroke GYEEDA? It was CST, Communication Service Tax. So when you pick your phone to call, when you send a text message, when you are browsing, the tax that you pay was used to set this up. Now, under the Constitution, all state revenue must first go into the Consolidated Fund. And releases from the Consolidated Fund are regulated by the Appropriation Act that Parliament passes. It is mandatory. In fact, some funds are allowed to bypass the Consolidated Fund, but only when Parliament approves it. Yes. Now, 136 million of your tax monies and mine were taken out, public funds, given to NYEP stroke GYEEDA without going through the Consolidated Fund or getting an act of Parliament omitting it from going through, excluding it from going through that process. And so, basically, the seed funds that were paid out were illegal. So GYEEDA was set up with funds that were illegally given to it to manage. There was no act of Parliament, no Appropriation Act, no constitutional process, no Consolidated Fund. 136 million plus of your CDs and mine were taking out public funds and given to GYEEDA. Now, you see, when you poison the tree, the fruit will be poisoned. And often, when you see instances where the government seeks to circumvent laid down procedure, you know that there's something in the soup. Now, for 2012, so that's the first bit. So we're asking the government, show us the parliamentary approval. Where is the act of parliament that permitted you to take 136 million?
Well, some news just coming in is that this morning's downpour has actually ripped off some roofings at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. My colleague Hannah Odame is live on the grounds and joins me now over the telephone with the very latest on that. So, Hannah, how bad is this situation?
Well, Kobina, we've not been allowed to go in to see exactly, but I see the water coming out of the orthopedic theater specifically, and the orderlies are sweeping it away. It's a lot of water. You can imagine a roof of a whole theater being ripped off, and so there's a lot of water coming out. I'm told the relatives who are in there are telling me the beds are all soaked, the electrical wiring, they are scared of what might happen because the rain keeps coming and the roof is not being covered as of now. I'm told they're waiting for NADMO to come. And a lot of relatives are outside here. Even some of the patients are lying at the veranda of the Accident and Emergency Center. They were inside initially. I have a relative here. He's Nanayao. He brought his brother early this morning. And he's going to tell us what he was told. Welcome to join us. Tell us what you were told when you came here with regards to the orthopedic theater.
Well, actually, when you came here, we came here around 2 a.m. with our big brother. They had an accident at a farm, so we came here. And when we got here, we were very surprised because the place was very choked. And there were patients sleeping outside in the rain outside 2 o'clock. And then we went inside with our patients because it was very serious. And we went to see the doctors for them to help us. We spent almost 45 minutes to secure a doctor to help us. And after getting the doctor, we couldn't get our big brother. And then what they came to tell us was that we can do whatever we want to do because we didn't give him oxygen initially. So they have nothing to do. They cannot help us, so we can bodyguard our big brother until he passes on. Actually, that is what they told us, and we told them that in the name of Jesus Christ, we know he's going to survive.
So have you gotten a place for him to sleep now?
Actually, it took us like 1 hour to get a place. We have to go look for a mattress to come and put it on the bed before we lay him on it. And then they didn't help us. They were like, go and get bed spread, go and get this. There were people over there who could have helped us.
So finally, tell us, you were in there. How is the surgical the place where it's soaked?
The place is very flooded. I guess flooded would be the appropriate word to use. The place is very flooded, and all the beds are wet. They are very soaked. So we had to move our big brothers to a different place because this is very serious. Others are in there and their beds are very so.
Yeah, so this is what is happening here at the Accident and Emergency Center at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. As I want allowed to go in, we'll bring you more details.
Hannah Odame, thank you very much for that update. That was Hannah Odame bringing us the very latest happening at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, where we are told that this morning's downpour has actually ripped off some of the roofings in that particular facility. We are told some of the patients are now on the veranda, the open environment there. So we'll bring you much more on this subsequently. But time now.